guys, I'm Rebecca Busick. Welcome back to my channel. I just realized I'm filming several videos in a row that I'm gonna have the same shirt on in all of those videos. So if you're wondering, that's why. And I just realized it and I'm now too lazy to go change clothes. So that's where we're at. But today I'm gonna do a video. This one's already out of the box. I haven't used it yet. I just was using the mirror of the Milani Most Love Mattes. My ring light's gonna totally bounce off of it. And the Milani Bold Obsessions palettes. I got these. This is the Most Love Mattes unicarton, but again, my ring light's just gonna like blind you. I got these at Walmart yesterday. I think they were like $14.97 a piece. And I wasn't really planning on getting them. I was just checking them out, and there was one of the Bold Obsessions that was already like open. Somebody had already opened the package and touched it. So I swatched just one metallic shade in it, and I was like, yep, I'm grabbing these. So that's where we're at. I think I'm mostly going to do the Most Love Mattes colors on my eyes and then use the Bold Obsessions just for, this is the Bold Obsessions, just for one of these metallic shades. If you want me to do a video where I just use the Bold Obsessions palette one day, let me know, because this is a mix of mattes and shimmers. But I'm feeling here in the Must Loved Mattes, I'm feeling these cool toned kind of mauve-y colors, and maybe because I'm wearing pink. But I will go ahead and swatch them all for you, so I will be right back. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. This is from here down. This is the Must Loved mattes. Come on, camera. Swatched on my arm. So these ones are all matte shades. They're honestly a lot drier than the end right here. A lot drier than I was expecting. And then this over here, I might be able to do this one sitting down. Maybe not. Just kidding. This one here is the Milani Bold Obsessions. Again, the mattes feel really dry. The metallics feel super, super creamy and very pigmented. A little flaky, especially like the really high metallic shine one here. But very beautiful, but they do feel a little flaky. But the mattes in both palettes feel really dry, a little stiffer than I was expecting. So I only touched the one metallic at Walmart in the palette that was already open and swatched, which don't open and swatch makeup. Say it was already done, so I didn't do it. But don't open and swatch makeup at drugstores. It's not nice. Somebody might buy it and get it home, and then I got fingers all in their makeup, which is gross. But anyways, so they feel kind of dry swatching. Some are really pigmented, others don't feel as much so, but let's get into it. Like I said, I think I'm mostly going to use the Must Loved Mattes palette because I'm liking these purpley, mauve-y kind of tones. It does have a nice mix of, you know, like I said, cooler toned mauve pinks, some warms, a little bit more neutrals. So that is nice. I am going to go in, where's that brush? Here we go. I'm going to go in just and set with this really light color over here from, set my whole lid. I've already got it set with concealer. I'm testing out the Kim Kardashian, the KKW Beauty concealer and brightening powder. That video will probably go up before this one, so if you want to hear my thoughts on it, let me know. So I've already got my lids set with the KKW Beauty concealer. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, let me know. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, go back and watch that video is what I meant to say. Anyways, so I'm gonna set that. I've already got it set with the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder, but I always go over with like a bone shade from lid to kind of brow bone, just to make all the shadows blend a little easier. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sigma E40 and I'm going to go into this top mauve one here. The mirror is really nice and big in these palettes. There is quite a bit of kick up in the pan. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a really fluffy brush. So the fluffier the brush, the more kick up that's gonna be in the palette. I don't know why my light is like blurring everything out so much today. It's definitely got more pigment to it than I thought it was going to, because it's a pretty light shade in the pan. But you can actually see it, which I'm surprised about. Or maybe that was something left on my brush, I don't know. I thought I cleaned this, but... So I always just start with a really big fluffy brush for my transition shade. I don't usually have a ton of time to spend on my makeup. I've got young kids and they want to clobber me and get into my makeup, especially my 2-year-old. She always says, "I won't touch anything, Mommy," but as soon as you turn your face away, she's grabbing at your, you know, $40 eyeshadow palette. And so you just usually have to really hurry. So I don't usually end up spending a lot of time on blending, but the more you blend, the gentler touch, the lighter touch you have. So the farther away you hold your eyeshadow brushes, the lighter touch you're gonna have, the more blended and diffused your look is gonna be. Now I'm gonna take, let's see here, this is a Sigma E35, and I'm gonna go down that next color, and I'm still working this high in my crease. I'm gonna bring it a little bit lower. Color is really pretty. A little bit lower in my crease, but I have slightly hooded eyes, so I like to bring my colors up higher so that when I look straight on, you know, you can see if I look on, that's hidden a lot of the shadow. So far these are blending pretty nice. Like I said, they're a lot drier and stiffer feeling than I thought they were gonna be. But they're going on pretty nice. They are kicking up a lot in the pan. The metallic I felt was so creamy and went on so pigmented that I was kind of thinking that was gonna be how all of the shadows were. I didn't touch any of the mattes. Alright, that's probably as good as it's gonna get for today. One of these days I need to film a video when my kids are like at grandma and grandpa's or something like that, so I don't have to feel like I should just hurry up. My husband is home. It's Sunday, so my husband's home with the kids, so it's not like they're not being watched, but still, I always feel like I should hurry. Usually the time I spend the most time on my makeup is if my husband and I are gonna go out on a date, and I usually have my mom pick the girls up a little bit before we actually need to leave so that I can really focus on my makeup without feeling guilty. I'm not sure. Oh, this is a 282 eye fluff. I'm really not sure what brand this is. Oh, Inspire maybe. But I'm gonna take that deeper purple, and I chose this one because it has a kind of a pointed tip, so I'm gonna be able to get a little bit more precise color placement. I'm still working this into the crease, but again, just lower, so it's gonna create that gradient effect. So yeah, I think these are actually blending and have a nice color payoff. Say swatches are not always everything. You know, sometimes swatches are right and you put them on and they perform terrible. But sometimes swatches have nothing to do with how, actually a lot of times, with how a product performs on the eyes. So swatches are great to get an idea of color and pigmentation, but it doesn't always mean everything. All right. So I'm tilting my head back to try and look in the mirror and see if I've evenly placed the color. I'm gonna take the Wayne Goss 16 brush with no product on it, and I'm just gonna lightly blend. These brushes are like the softest brushes in the world, and I really want to buy more, but they're really expensive. I'm gonna take that original lightest color, our first transition color, and I'm just gonna go over basically my brow bone and everything to blend. So this is what we got so far. So I think they've blended out really nicely of the colors I have used, and they're nicely pigmented. The Vintage Cosmetics Company brush that we got in the March BoxyCharm, and I'm gonna just kind of stamp this on the outer corner. This is kind of a purpley brown in the pan. On my eyes, it's looking a lot more actually brown than I was thinking. That's what we're working with right now. I think this side's got a little more product, so bring this out a little bit. I'm gonna take again, this is just my favorite. Hardly ever actually put any product on this. I just love this for taking it when it's clean because it's so soft and it's pointed, so you just kind of sits right in the eye socket really nicely, and I just loved it to blend. And I did have some fallout with that, where's my big fluffy, with that darkest color, but it's sweeping away really easily, so no big deal. Now I'm gonna take, and I think this will probably be the only shade I use from the Bold Obsessions, I'm gonna take just this light color here, and I'm gonna pop that on my lid. So these metallics feel so creamy. So they are kind of flaky, but they feel really clean, really creamy. Ooh. But it is looking beautiful on my eye so far. Oh gosh, this metallic, this shimmer shade, I don't know quite if it's a metallic or just a really high shine shimmer, but my brain is not working today. But, ooh, that looks pretty. So pretty. So in the pan, it's kind of kicking up a bit even with just my finger. So it is, they are kind of flaky, but it is applying beautifully to my eye. And I always do metallics and shimmers, these high shine shimmers with my finger, and you can build it up too and get even more pow. That is a really pretty, it's kind of all over lid color, kind of a champagne-y light color, and it is beautiful for sure. I'm going to take that Wayne Goss brush again if I can find it. How do I misplace things so quickly? And I'm gonna blend a little bit so this will go a little more seamlessly into my crease. All right, so right now this is what we're working with. I think it's honestly really beautiful. If you want to see me do a look just using this palette, let me know. Now I'm gonna go back into the Most Loved Mattes and just pop a few colors on my lower lash line. If I can find a brush that I want to use. That seems to be the theme of my problems. All right, I'm just gonna start. Ooh, it does look like I got some fallout from that shimmer. But if I had baked, and I mean, it looks like it swept away fairly easily. It clung a little bit more on this side, but if I had baked, that wouldn't have been a problem. If you know you're going to be going in with a really high shine, kind of flaky metallic, you should always bake or do your eye makeup first, then do your face makeup. I just kind of usually just like autopilot, start doing my face makeup first, just such as what I've always kind of done, and then I start doing my eye look and I'm like, oh no, so then I just end up baking if I'm gonna do a shade like that that's gonna really leave me with some fallout. Like, I love my Too Faced chocolate gold palette, love it. Those metallics, which most of the palette's metallic, you get a couple mattes. I love those shimmers. They look so beautiful. They wear on the eye for hours, like all day. I still, at the end of the day, think my makeup looks beautiful, but those ones have a lot of fallout, so I always have to remember to bake with those ones. Now I'm going to take this one here and run that a little closer to the lash line, not blow that one out as much. Always just feel like I have to put shadow on my lower lash line. I just like the way it looks. I don't feel complete without it. If that's not your thing, you can skip it, but I feel like it just really ties a look together. And this brush doesn't have any product on it. I'm just blending it out. I'm gonna take the ColourPop. Again, if I can find it, my goodness. The ColourPop eyeliner. This is just the black. This is the cream gel liner. I can't think of what it's called. I'm gonna pop that in my waterline. My husband is probably wondering what is taking so long. It always takes longer to film than to just get ready. So even though you think you can just talk and do your thing at the same time, and it shouldn't take that much longer, it does. So now I'm going to pop some mascara on. This one's just my little sample of the Bad Gal Bang. All right, guys. So we have arrived to the end. 20 minutes of recording later, which is way longer than eyeshadow would normally, a simple eyeshadow look like this would normally take me. But I think, honestly, the overall effect is really pretty. I think they blended a lot better than I expected since the formula was so stiff and dry. And that's just the colors I used. I only used 4 colors in the Most Loved Mattes and 1 in the Bold Obsessions. So the rest of the colors maybe won't perform as well. But I think it's a really pretty final look. I don't know if on camera you can tell, but it kind of ties on in with my mauve pink shirt that I've got going on here. One of these days I will try and film an actual tutorial, more intricate look, but it is hard for me when my kids are around, because I said this took me 20 minutes to film. The last video I filmed took 20 minutes and I'm planning to film one more after this. So it's kind of a time commitment to like hide away from my kids and my husband. But I love doing this. That's why I'm doing it. It's fun. I love it. I want to talk about makeup with you guys. But I feel like I can't do a really intricate eye makeup look unless my kids are with grandma or something, so I can really focus. But overall, at first impressions, I think these seem like really nice palettes. I think they're $20 on Ulta. I could be wrong. I heard somebody in another video say these were $20 palettes, but I got them for $14.97 at Walmart. I think they're nice. You get 12 shades in each palette, and the pan size is pretty good. So I think they're definitely worth the $14 if you're looking for a good drugstore eyeshadow matte. And that's it, guys. I will see you in the next one. If you liked this video, I don't know if I said this in the beginning because now my brain is gone, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, drop me a comment below, share the video, turn on the notification bell, all of that good stuff that YouTubers say, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.